It has been such a very, very long time since I have read an entire book. Absorbed with this particular phenomenon that I'm looking at here, I'm wondering whether Hare was a pen name. I'm wondering if this was the pen name of someone that maybe has wanted to divorce themselves from this text. I don't understand what's going on with this. I don't understand why he doesn't have any sort of biographical information. It's basically a spiritual math book. You know, it was a surprise to find this on my shelf. You know, it's one of those things. I picked this up and I'm like, you know, oh, I need to add this to my collection. You know, of books on multiple dimensions, multiple universes. This one, you know, it didn't get my attention right away because it's so heavy. I needed to sit down with it, and when I finally did, it's just kind of rocking my world. And I don't know if there will be, I don't know if I will reject it or if I'm going to accept it or integrate it or whatever. But I'm really interested in finding more out about Michael Hare. If anybody has any information on him. And you know, I'm looking at how he might have come up with this and how he might have achieved this. And it seems clear from his writing style that he knew what he was doing, that he realized very well exactly what he was doing, what he was proposing, and how it might eventually change things. And I think that's why he wanted to get it into this sort of solid, concrete, capsular form. And I feel like I've just opened a time capsule. But looking through what it is, the appendix, which takes up most of the book, is basically the derivation for the math that's used in the other parts of the book. The appendix starts on page 73, and it takes up that much of the book. Basically, this much of the book is the derivation for the math that he presents in the earlier part of the book. I'm wondering if anyone has ever even checked this math and even looked and reviewed this material in depth. I keep getting stuck on this particular page. It just like flips open. Oh my gosh, it's the circular time concept. He has 3 axes of time that he's presenting, I think, in this, and I haven't gotten into the meat of it. I haven't gone through the appendix at all about how he is deriving this, or how he's assigning variables. But just looking at how he's written it, how it seems like he's chosen every word very carefully, and it's taken me a long time to get through it. It's a 40-year-old book that was way ahead of its time, and that makes me wonder. That makes me really wonder about his particular details, and it could be that he was just looked over, possibly just looked over by his peers. You usually go into a bookstore, you see, oh, that sounds like a great title, you pick it up, and it's just schlock, or you know, whatever. And you know, there's so few books that are written that are like this, that are as well thought out as I think maybe this was. I'm sure I'm going to have my exceptions with it. The concepts that he's using, though, are so well referenced, and he just has a real command of the understanding of the science. And he pared it down in the very beginning. He pares down, you know, who his audience is going to be. Therefore, I ask the reader to consider the possibility that instead of time flowing, we flow through time. Absolutely, completely consistent with hypertime. And it looks like Mr. Hare has taken a bare knuckles approach to dealing with the special theory and general theory of relativity. And so he starts to talk about what mechanism might be involved in the production of matter as a phenomenon, as a physical phenomenon. He goes on to start into a cosmological model of what that nature might be, dealing with extensively the implications of the zero mass of the photon and the concept of, well, he doesn't say the Planck length yet, but I'm sure that's what he's getting at. But then on page 12, here we are, multiple universe. We do not question. He basically is saying the Copernican revolution is absolutely correct, that he doesn't question the apparent relative motion, and so I'm breaking from him with astrometry here. But I still think that I will come to admire his bare knuckle approach. And he starts to treat general relativity and special relativity on page 8 with a footnote to his appendix, where he basically mathematically derives what could be seen, what could easily be viewed as a potential flaw for Einstein's special theory and general theory, because of the nature of the mass of the photon. And so it's either one or the other. And so he, I think, has, like I said, it's kind of the bare knuckles approach to dealing with the implications of Einstein's work on the nature of spirit. And so I think that's where he's going. So far, that's my analysis.